Hi Stampers, this is Lisa Brown, Stamp with Lisa Brown on my Savi Sunday, and today we're going to be working with the Hey Chick stamp set. This was a stamp set. It was a free earn back in 2017 during our celebration period, and it was so popular that Stampin' Up! Decided to bring it back, and they brought it back better because now there are coordinating dies that go with it. These are so cute. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. Between the little corn and tree stump and the little corn stalk, there's many uses out of this. So if you don't have this stamp set, you can buy this in a bundle. They also came out with a Hey Birthday Chick bundle as well. So for today we're going to be concentrating on this, and I just wanted to show you, I have a little bit of a detailed card. I have done a lot of pre-cutting on my little die cuts and whatnot, and so I wanted to show you just a way to kind of dress up the background of your card, and we're going to be using the Stampin', the new blending brushes Stampin' Up! Came out with. These are great blending brushes. The bristles are so soft and they're so packed in there, and I love that it's got a curvature to it, so some great blending can happen on there. So I wanted just to add a little detail to the back of my card, and so this is Pool Party, and I wanted a little bit more to my sky. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in a scrap piece of paper. This is going to be the top portion of my card, and like I said, this is Pool Party. I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit of some balmy blue. So I'm just going to take my brush and I'm going to rub it on my pad like this, and I'm going to start off on my scrap paper. I'm going to hold it down. Oops, I should probably get all my scraps out of or my pieces out of the way here. And I'm going to hold this down. I'm going to start off on my paper, and I'm just going to bring this in. I just wanted to deepen up that sky a little bit. So I'm going to go back in, grab a bunch more ink on my brush, and then just start bringing that in. And just keep swirling it. You can make it as deep, as dark as you want, or as light as you want. And like I said, I just wanted to add a little bit of texture to this card. It may be even hard to see because the balmy blue is a light blue. I'm going to bring it down on the sides, and I am applying a little more pressure. Okay. I don't know if you can tell the difference on that. We could actually bring in a deeper color. Why don't we go ahead and bring in some actual Pool Party on that? My Pool Party is nice and juicy. Let's see what happens. Bring just a little bit over top. Just deepen it up. Okay. Let's go ahead and close our ink pads. And I will have all the dimensions of all my cut cardstock that I used on my blog, which is located in the link below. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this onto the basic black piece. Okay. Basic black's always easier to see on a piece of white background. Okay. So we got my basic. Now I wanted to add I wanted to add a little bit of a ground covering, and so I have a piece of granny apple green, and it's cut to the same length as my pole party, but I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut a little wavy pattern on this. I just wanted a little bit of background greenery for a little bit of a ground, just this little subtle wave on that. And I want to deepen up the edges of this too. So we're going to go ahead. Now this is granny apple green. I'm going to go ahead and bring in some old olive. And we're going to do the same thing. Grab some old olive, starting off and going to my cardstock. And just giving it a swirl. In the beginning, it does take a little bit to get your bristles on your blending brushes nice and saturated. So you may have to go back into your ink pad several times. But this is a nice way to blend out some paper without using just strictly Whisper White, or excuse me, basic white paper, and trying to color the whole entire thing. So I just want a little bit on this bottom edge down here, not going in as far as I did on this side. Okay. And it's just adding some dimension to that paper. Right. Let's go ahead and we're going to add this down here across there. I think I'm going to use some multi-purpose liquid glue. Gives me a little bit to get it into position. Okay. Now we have our greenery in. So I went ahead and I pre-die cut a bunch of images from the Hey Chick dies on here. And I'm just going to build a little scene. I thought I wanted my my little barn in the background. But we might be able to move that as we go. I'm not 100% sure. So let's see, we can put that up there. We're just going to try to lay everything in place. Put a cornstalk there. And I think I want a short cornstalk over here. So I'm going to go ahead and snip some of this off. And we can put a little short one over here. Now I thought it would be fun to put some fencing across here too, and I was going to do two pieces. I have another one prepped with my adhesive sheets on the back ready to go, but I'm almost thinking I'm just going to cut this in half. So let's just give this a snip all the way across, and we're going to put my cut edges down. Maybe we'll put that down first. And then I can just build this in over top of it like so, and then I can cut off the rest of it. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to put a cornstalk there. Let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and build this. I'm going to put some glue on the back of here. Our little chicken coop in the background here. Okay, and then like I said, I have I ran my dies through our adhesive sheets so that it was easy. I could just peel this off and then place them, stick them down, and I wouldn't have to be playing with any glue. We're gonna lay that there. pick tool makes it nice and easy to get those up. There. Okay, so now we have the bottom part of the corn that just, you know, when you pick a thing of corn, it has the husk and stuff around it. So that just gives it a little finishing look. So I'm going to go ahead and get those on our corn. So now I got all that on, and I'm going to go ahead and lay this fencing on. And again, I have my adhesive sheet on the back, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick that off. And lay this across the bottom. And I ran that with the silver foil sheet. I'm going to overlap it slightly if I can. Almost got an even cut. And then that way it looks like it's one continuous piece. Okay, and I'll just have to cut off that little bit of excess on the sides. Okay. Now in the chicken coop back here, there's like little slots back here. There's a slot here and there's a slot back over here. And I thought maybe it'd be fun just to put a couple of pieces of corn sticking out of those slots. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get that in there. There, put a piece of corn there. I think this corn here I'm going to cut down. I put a little bit of glue back there, so I'm trying to lift it so I can slide this in there. There we go. There we got it there. And I think that's good. I like that. Okay, now we have a barn sign die, and I cut it out, and my intention was I was going to overlap them, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this down with a dimensional and put our sign over here. And then for this one, I'm going to stamp on it. Let's see. I think we're going to stamp "Have a Happy Day." And we're just going to, let's see, we'll do it in Old Olive. Okay. And I think I'm going to, instead of offsetting it, I'm just going to cut this out. I'm just going to cut this down a little bit. And then we can layer it over. And then there, I can get my, I still have my early espresso showing in the background. That's perfect. That's what I wanted. So this is on very vanilla, and then this is early espresso. We can get that on there like that. Okay. So the last thing that we want to do is we want to stamp our chicken. And let's see here. Let's get him on a black. And we're going to stamp him in Memento. Okay. And we're going to give him a little bit of color with some blends. So let's go ahead. Let's see, crumb cake. Perfect. My crumb cakes. And then this is actually dark poppy parade, but that's okay. We're going to still use that. And give him a little, it'll be red enough for his little pieces here. I think it's called what, a waddle, and I'm not sure what they call the top part there. And then we're going to bring in some dark mango melody, and you'll barely see it, but we're going to color in his beak. Okay. And let's see, give him some crumb cake. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and cut him out. I'm just going to trim this down. Bring out my dies. And this set is perfect for our new mini die cut machine. I love this guy. Oh, it's so cute. So you have the little base plate and cutting mats, and again it tells you exactly what you need to make these cuts. So we're just gonna go ahead and lay him on there. And give him a cut. We're going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back of him. And get him added to the front of the card. Alright, so we're going to put our little Mr. Chicken guy right there in the center. And then I'm using thick basic white as my base. And I think I want that dimensional on there as well. Okay, there you have it. Our Hey Chick stamp set and chick dies, and we use the blending brushes to deepen up the edges of the paper. This is so fun to create, and be sure to shop my store. It is stamp with lisabrown.stampinup.net, or you can always click in the links and it will take you to my blog, and you can link to my shopping page from there. Thanks. Have a great day, everybody, and thank you for joining me.